talk to Pup.
That was rude.
Damn, is that on? Did you get that one? Was that good?
I got part of it. I forgot that I had the mic switched off, but you know what? I got enough.
Oh, damn it. He's ruined it.
Webster, do you want to introduce this episode? You've seen enough episodes to know how this starts, right?
Oh god, yeah.
I know better than I do.
Yeah, about 123 of them so far. Welcome to Sunset City, the podcast for the classic and modern era Sonic fan. I'm Webster, or as Scrongle says, who the hell is that in the chat? And with me is the horniest dog you have ever met, Channel Pup.
I'm not. No, that's not true. I'm not.
Yeah, he's been neutered.
I'm not even Channel Pup.
And this orphan we decided to adopt, Garrulus.
Hey, it's really nice to be here.
That's not fun. He actually is an orphan, Sam.
You did not tell me this.
Yeah,
I'm not an orphan.
I didn't think
it's
I'd
okay.
have to. I didn't think I'd have to tell you that.
Can't you tell? I love Sonic so much. There must be something.
You cannot be a Sonic fan without trauma.
Sonic is tied to trauma.
Dylan, tell him you've got parents.
Hello.
don't let him.
I've got parents. I've got.
But technically, orphans have parents. They're just not around anymore.
Well, some orphans,
I mean,
they're around, but they're just not there. You know.
I have parents.
Are they around?
I've got them. No, they're around.
Okay, good. what a horrible
Sounds
start to the
fatherless to
episode.
me.
10 out of 10, Webster.
Sorry.
No, that's pretty good.
That's on brand.
Let me get you a tissue, Dylan. Come on. Okay, so walking everybody through it. We do have a Patreon page, link below. It is the lifeblood of this channel at the moment, because January revenue is awful. And there are different little perks that come with that, but we do... the main one right now is access to the Discord server, where you can come and hang out with us for a little bit, so that's the main thing.
Usually someone posts, like, good episode, guys, and I say thanks, and then that's the extent of it, basically.
Wow.
Last time we had everyone wishing that you feel better soon. That was kind of sweet.
Yeah, that was really nice. I was kind of sick a few weeks ago, so a couple people were like, just posting get well messages. It was nice.
Did you vomit?
I only threw up the one day, but the rest of the week was still awful.
You should have taken pictures and put them in you send them to me, and then I can make them Patreon perks.
Does this look okay? Does this look like I need to see a doctor?
Sonic tube of vomit.
I swear to God.
And then while we're at it, super chats get read out at the end of every episode. So there you go. So yeah. Thanks for coming, everybody. And stay safe. Goodbye.
Yeah. Thanks for stopping by. That was the best hour and a half of my day.
Thank you for joining us, sir. No. Okay, so we do actually have two news topics. We're quite light on news today, so we're probably just going to go off on whatever tangent we feel like. But okay, first one. A bit of potential Sonic Movie 3 casting news. So, a lot of us have kind of been wondering who will be playing Shadow in Sonic Movie 3, and we might have our very first possible hint at who we can expect to play the greatest fictional character of all time. So the rumor has it that it will be... Excuse me?
Sorry, are you saying?
You were butting in again?
No, I wasn't.
Do I need to smack you?
I think you need to get your ears checked. I didn't say anything.
I saw you flash up. It doesn't matter. So, Hayden Christensen...
Background noise.
...is the rumored Shadow. We all know who Hayden Christensen is, right?
Hey!
Yes. When I heard that on Twitter before I stopped looking at it, I was like, huh, like that's weird. But then I started thinking about it, and I'm like, I feel like he could pull off the perfect, not imitation, but sort of like perfect energy that David Humphrey had back in Sonic Adventure 2 as Shadow.
Definitely. What do
I
you
was
think?
very interested to see if that's true.
Definitely.
He definitely had the energy in the Disney Plus Obi-Wan series, where I actually got to see Hayden in the Vader suit. Which, why did it take so long before we finally got that? And like that I could see as Shadow energy.
I think, yeah, Hayden Christensen is an excellent actor, and I would really like for him to be able to have another sort of iconic character under his belt. You know, someone he's known for beyond just Anakin Skywalker. Because again, yeah, he's a great actor. His performances in the Star Wars prequels, which are going to be his most well-known ones, are a lot of people don't like him. I get him. I like the fact that he kind of sounds very unwell. He sounds kind of sick. That's what I like about Hayden Christensen's performances in those movies. I don't think they're bad by any stretch, but I understand that a lot of people kind of, I don't know, they don't see it that way. So it would be nice if we could get a new iconic IP role for him that he's just going to absolutely smash, basically.
Yeah, and honestly, like, I feel like the prequels, I'm not really a huge Star Wars guy, but they don't feel like super bad or anything. I think the acting is pretty much the best part of the whole thing. Like, I think the actors did really well with maybe some of the stuff that people didn't really like that much in those movies.
You like a lot of things the internet memes into oblivion. I think it's just that one overplayed sand scene that that people
I agree
remember.
with him, though. He's correct.
Yeah, sand is not a very
sucks.
pleasant thing.
It's coarse and it's rough and it gets all over.
I like kinetic sand. I've never actually felt it, but like, you ever see those like ASMR videos of like kinetic sand cutting and it makes a little crunchy sound?
What is kinetic sand?
It's
Is
like
that like for the
sand that
Xbox
kind of
360?
I wouldn't know how to describe it, but it's like it's colorful. It's got more kind of a cakey consistency to it, I guess. In that, it kind of more stays together. It's almost like magnetic or something. I don't know exactly, but
That does sound better. They should replace the beach sand with that.
let me look up what kinetic sand is.
While you're doing that, I looked up because you made the point Hayden deserves to be known for something other than Anakin Skywalker, so I just looked up his IMDb to see what else he's in. The only one of these movies I've seen is Jumper, which wasn't very good. But outside of that, he apparently was also in a film called Life as a House.
Interesting.
Life as a House?
Yep.
Like,
I
they
saw
got, like, a
one he
home?
was in with Emma Roberts called Little Italy, and the film is terrible. It's hilariously terrible, but in a way that, like, the film doesn't know it's terrible. The film wants to be the next big rom-com, you know? Bless its heart. And it's kind of a bless its heart kind of terrible, and I like it for that. But they've got him playing an Italian, and I don't think Hayden Christensen is Italian, but he's, like, covered in bronzer, and he's got jet black hair, and it is hilariously, like... It's a hilarious film, and I recommend everybody watch it. But at the same time, I really hope that Hayden Christensen will be known for more than these arse gravy movies. It's one of those things where I was saying back when Robert Pattinson was cast as the Batman, it's one of those things where if you watch a lot of movies, you know that Robert Pattinson is an incredible actor, and he's played plenty of brilliant roles beyond just Edward Cullen in Twilight. But unfortunately, because that's the big IP one, people are gonna know him as Edward Cullen. So I was thrilled when he got to play Batman, basically. And I think I feel a similar way towards the idea of Hayden Christensen playing Shadow the Hedgehog as well. And as Dylanus says, like, I think he gives off David Humphrey vibes. And I'd be really intrigued to kind of see that, because we've never had a Shadow voice really modeled off of David Humphrey's since David Humphrey. You know, like, I think, you know, the one from Prime was clearly modeled more after Jason Griffith, and Kirk Thornton's kind of doing his own thing, but we haven't had one that really gives off Humphrey energy since. So if we were to get that from Hayden, that would be awesome, you know?
Yeah, and it's a name you can put on
Yeah,
the
we do it.
poster. Oh, sorry, Dylan.
No, sorry, I was gonna basically agree. Also, Sonic in chat says they liked Robert Pattinson in The Lighthouse. That is a really good one that he's in.
Oh yeah, like, again, there is no
Willem
shortage
Dafoe, like,
of
that's
brilliant
an awesome duo.
Robert. Oh yeah, The Lighthouse is brilliant. I love that movie. My roommate Sam actually showed me that movie when I first moved into his kitchen floor, and we made the jokes that that would be us after a bit, like to 4 weeks, and then it's way more than 4 weeks. And lo and behold, it was way more than 4 weeks. But now we all share a place together, so it's like it's like The Lighthouse, the good ending, you know, where they all turn out to be really good pals. But after watching The Lighthouse,
It is the ending.
we decided to make the drink that they drink, not the second drink with like the fucking lighter fluid in it. I mean, like the first drink that they were drinking. We made that and we named it Seabird because of The Lighthouse. And we'd like invite people around and be like, "Hey, you want to come over and have some Seabird with us?" And yeah, it was a great time.
Did it taste all right?
Yeah, it's basically milk, honey, and I think vodka.
Oh.
Really delicious. Quite strong. No, it wasn't vodka. I think it was rum. I'm not sure. I'm really not sure now. But Sam, man, we got to get you over to ours, and we got to have some Seabird at some point.
Yeah. Well, I'm not far, am I? So yeah, we can sort that out.
Dylan, you're also invited, but
yeah.
I understand that it's a little less feasible in your case.
It may involve
Yeah,
a
I
flight.
did just grow wings recently, so I could fly across the ocean, no
I mean,
problem.
listen, if you
but
need a
it's
place to
difficult.
stay for like a week or so, like I'm sure you'd be welcome. So like, you know, if you want to save money on
I
a
appreciate
hotel,
that. Thanks.
hell yeah. All right.
Then I will sell your IP address.
Yeah, I did
when
see
figure out
some.
what it is.
I did see one crowd come back up when we saw the Hayden rumors, and it was I haven't seen this group around for years, but it was a group that were taking Johnny Young Bosch quotes and playing them over the top of Shadow the Hedgehog, saying that Johnny would make a great Shadow, and they've kind of got a point. I mean, anyone who's watching a lot of anime or playing certain video games. Most people know him as the Black Ranger Adam from Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, but in years since, he's been in every single anime going. He was Lelouch in Code Geass. He's currently Broly in Dragon Ball.
He's Unarakami in Persona 4.
He is, yes.
I think the only thing there is, no matter how great he is in that bubble, and no matter how talented he is, I feel like Paramount are going to want someone who's been in the movies, as in like the big live action, his face is known kind of thing. As silly as it is, I wouldn't say it's likely, but it would be cool, right? Like,
that'd be awesome. He does so many like smug edgelord characters. Like the way I can best describe him is like he plays a character where they think they're the first person to realize that saying only Sith steal in absolutes is itself an absolute, and therefore the Jedi are hypocrites.
oh, 100%.
But in a universe where actually they are a genius and the first person to work that out.
Definitely.
Yeah,
Well, I
that's
kind of need to
his
see this. Like,
typecast.
if you've got this clip with the stuff edited over it, I'd like to see that at some point.
Oh hell yeah! I can drop that to you now because I was watching it again earlier today in prep for this. I was like, oh yeah.
Who are some people we'd like
Sure,
to see as Shadow? And I guess they can be kind of the big Hollywood movie star, or they could be existing actors from the games. Like, because I think the realistic thing is they're gonna go for the big star. Like that's just the way.
I'd really want Jason Griffith, but that'd be like that'd be like my dream one. Like I don't think it'll happen. But like, I guess a lot of people were saying Robert Pattinson, and like I saw a lot of those videos where people were putting his voice over a shadow animation and stuff, and I just felt like I liked it. Like I liked that a lot. I think Johnny Young Bosch is a great idea. I'm not good at casting because like when someone says think of this, I try to think of everything I know and then I get nothing. So like if someone's like, what do you want to cast someone as? And I'd be like, or who do you want to cast this character as? And I'd be like, what actors do I know? Let's see.
Yeah.
Tom Holland.
Tom Holland as
like
Shadow.
that's the only one that comes out. That's not who I want as Shadow Elf. It's just as I'm saying, like, that's kind of how my brain works. It just doesn't.
And I don't know why, but my brain went to Stone Cold Steve Austin
All right, let's go.
Steve.
as Shadow.
That's what we like to see.
I've always, I've kind of since the conversation even started, if it's going to be like a the movies guy, Robert Pattinson is definitely, I think, an ideal choice for Shadow. I think Hayden Christensen would be an absolutely based choice. Like, it would be really cool to have, because if this movie is adapting Sonic Adventure 2, which it very much appears to be, like, it would be so based of them to have someone who sounds like Robert Pattinson. I've always kind of thought Wes Bentley would be good, but I don't know if he would necessarily have the star power that Paramount are looking for this family feature. I obviously, I'd be happy with any of the existing Shadow voice actors, be it Humphrey, be it Griffith or Thornton, or who was the guy that did it in Prime? Because I thought he was really amazing too.
The name escapes me.
Let's have a look. Ian Hanlon.
Yeah, I think he did amazing. I think he's one of my favorite Shadow portrayals.
I agree. I think he's he plays it very naturally. That's one thing I can safely say about I think all of the Prime cast is they all felt very, very comfortable in their roles, and I think Hanlon is no exception. I think the only one that I couldn't really say Dr. Eggman.
Is it just me, or did we just lose Pup?
I thought it was just me. Yeah, no, and if we're losing him, then they probably can't hear us. So.
Oh God!
I'm here, guys. Are you?
Okay.
There he is.
Out for that entire whatever you were saying.
I guess I'll retry that. I was saying how I thought all of the Prime cast felt pretty comfortable in their roles. The internet's going to kill me for it. I didn't think Brian Drummond as Eggman really sold me. But I
liked him. I thought he did really good.
I think it's partly down to the fact that all Eggman really does in that show is shout. I
thought he got the shouting down really well. Like, he sounded very... I mean, the Eggman-y... I don't want to, reduce the performance down to that, but, I got the vibes that these were the characters, that we all know.
No, I do agree. It's just, I think, with Eggman, part of what makes the character great is there's quite a range to the character of Eggman. And there's times when he will quieten down a bit, there's times when he's feeling quite confident, ambitious and stuff. Yet all we hear of Brian Drummond's Eggman is, "Oh, Sonic, why you do this to me?" And it's I can't imagine that being the Eggman that, split the world apart or gave birth to Sage or any of that.
Is that the actor lacking range, or is that the script providing a lack of opportunity?
It's the script providing a lack of opportunity. It's just that I'm just not sold on that yet, Whereas I think even though... Oh, also, I guess Prime Universe Knuckles, the main universe, is, again, because he gets 2 lines of dialogue. So I got nothing to go off of for him. Everyone else, I thought, sat pretty comfortably in their roles. But where were we?
Here's an outside one for Shadow.
Okay.
Johnny Depp, and not Pirates of the Caribbean fucking Jack Sparrow Johnny Depp, but Edward Scissorhands, Alice in Wonderland.
No, completely.
Johnny Depp.
100%.
No, wait, no, do the Charlie and the Chocolate Factory Johnny Depp, please.
Or Ed Wood Johnny Depp. No, I could definitely hit. No, now that you mention it, Johnny Depp's natural voice is very Shadow the Hedgehog. He's got that deep.
I understand what you mean. Yeah.
That deep sort of whisper. That would be bass.
That'd be interesting. I feel like that's definitely like you said, outside the box one, but I can see it.
They would sell tickets.
I think it definitely would.
Dude, that would be bass.
I just wish it wasn't about just that. I wish it was just about let's get the perfect person. Let's get the perfect actor for this.
Sadly,
role.
yeah, that's not the case. That being said, though, of all of the castings that they've had for these Sonic movies so far, especially, let's look at, the Hollywood castings, Ben Schwartz as Sonic is phenomenal. He is a far cry from, the Chris Pratt as Mario thing. Like, no, he is someone who absolutely plays Sonic very well, not just his own version of Sonic. It's not one of those things where like, it works. I hear him, I hear Sonic. Idris Elba as Knuckles, I think, is very, very good.
Oh, hell yeah.
And I don't hear anyone complaining about Jim Carrey as Dr. Robotnik, you know? Like, so I think even though there has been these names will sell the tickets, at the same time, they have been pretty thoughtfully chosen. We haven't had anything on the level of, like, Chris Pratt as Mario, you know?
Yeah, no, you know what's funny? I think Chris Pratt as Mario, when I finally saw the movie, I didn't hate it as much, you know, like, I was just kind of being like, it's not right, because I like Mario and I know what Mario sounds, you know, like, just being like that about it.
Yeah, I was like, is this the best
I gave
we can
up
do?
on it.
But, like, at the same time...
It's sort of like, everyone else in the cast is sort of like what you were saying. I think everyone else they picked for the Mario movie cast is really funny and really good.
I like how they didn't shy away from it either. They sort of like had the commercial play with, you know, the very gamey Charles Martinet voice, and then they switched to Pratt watching it in the diner, and you know, it's a joke. Why you gotta play up the stereotype? You know?
It proves that Pratt can do it as well, but that, if anything, makes it a little more frustrating to me. Is like, he could do it, you know? It's like, why can't you just do that the entire film? But at the same time,
I was wrong.
I thought they just got Martinet to do the commercial bit as like a guest voice.
No, that was Pratt. That was Pratt.
No.
Man.
I guess it would have maybe. No, you know, I'm not gonna say it would have been annoying for him to do it. Like, I think if you want to do the role, you got to do it. You know, like.
Yeah.
Like imagine if, you know, Nintendo replaced Mario's. Well, I mean, you know, however the situation went, the voice has now changed over. But like, it's not like Nintendo was like, hey, it's a him, Mario. Like, they didn't like completely change what Mario sounds like.
Yeah, like they weren't
like
Mario. Do your own thing with this. They were like, no, you still got to sound like that. That's the thing. Is even though it's like sound like Charles Martinet, that is just what Mario sounds like. But I guess it's kind of an interesting difference in logic because, like, with Sonic, for example, like Ryan Drummond, Jason Griffith, and Roger Craig Smith don't sound alike. Like their Sonics all sound very different to one another. But it kind of works because they've left their own stamp. At the same time, I think when it comes to Mario, maybe it's why the Chris Pratt thing is kind of as, I guess, egregious as it is because we know what Mario sounds like. Not to mention,
right. I'm going to shoot myself in the foot also, though. So technically, there are other Mario voices like from a while back that sounded more like the one in the movie, like just like in the cartoons and stuff. You know, like those voices technically came before the games. So like, I guess I can't be fully like, hey, it doesn't sound like Mario if the original Mario didn't even really sound like what Mario sounds like now.
Well, I mean, to be
Take
fair,
one step and then again let's do the Mario all together.
And I love those voices. I like them a lot. I don't know why the Chris Pratt voice specifically. I don't know. It just felt like it maybe one of those Hollywood casting things.
It's worth
noting,
I
was
though.
Like, come on.
There's such a thing as like an embryonic performance. Like I think the very first voice of Sonic was in like an arcade game, and he was like, "Come on, guys, we have to go fight Dr. Robotnik and get in my ship." Like,
I've been recording a lot of Saturn footage for a video at the moment, and part of the recordings I got with Sonic Jam, the little movie theater, and that's got the Sonic 1 Japanese commercials you can watch in it. And Sonic talks at the end of the Sonic 1 commercial. It's just like this deep Japanese man voice.
Yeah. Okay, the game I'm thinking of is Sega Sonic Cosmo Fighter. It was an arcade game in 1993, and Sonic is like, "Come on, everybody, let's go fight Dr. Robotnik." And it's like, you wouldn't want him to sound like that now. Like, this was...
The thing is, like...
Sorry, go on.
While I agree that, like, Jaleel White does not sound like Ryan Drummond, does not sound like Jason Griffith, so on and so forth, they all still sound like Sonic.
Yeah, I can agree with that. Like, they've got that sort of too cool for school kind of sound, you know? Like, I thought, you know, Roger was kind of inspired, especially when I heard him in Colors, because he had that kind of, whoa, dude, let's go shoot some hoops at the beach.
Surfer vibe.
Dr. Eggman, you know? And nowadays,
that's
like...
gnarly.
Nowadays, I look back on that performance, I'm like, that is a guy that will drive his 13-year-old girlfriend to Nando's, you know? Like, Whereas I think his newer performances are so much better, so much more natural. But I could get what they were going for back then. You know, like, this place has epic written all over it. Whoa, you know.
How do we localize Nando's for the primarily American listeners?
I'm gonna
Popeyes?
say.
I've got no clue what you're talking about, man.
I'm gonna switch it up to Little Caesars. I know that Little Caesars is by no means the American equivalent to Nando's, but imagine like a dude bro who's like 25 years old driving like a Vauxhall Corsa, taking his 13-year-old girlfriend to Little Caesars. That is Sonic in Sonic colors.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
What the fuck are you talking about, dude?
That's exactly the correct response.
There were so many parts of that my brain was rejecting when you were talking. What the fuck are you saying?
Have you seen the old Reddit thread where someone says, okay, but what is a cheeky Nando's? And the reply is so British that they can't understand the explanation either.
I need a translator.
Wait, Dylan, because I know that they do have some Nando's in America, and they are different. But have you ever been to a Nando's?
No, I've never heard of it. Like,
Dylan,
what do they do?
on my doorstep, there is a Nando's. One day, you gotta come over here. You gotta stay with me and the boys for like a week or so or whatever, and we gotta take you for a cheeky Nando's with the lads.
I don't know if I'll ever be the same after that.
Yeah, well, and because
Top
you're not from
spread,
here, we'll be
let's
like,
smash it.
he'll take his extra cheeky, please.
This is starting to sound threatening.
Oh, dude, I think you'd like. I mean, do you like?
Dude,
Spicy?
I love food. I don't care.
Do you like spicy food?
It's a little spicy, not too much.
Just like kind of milk spicy, or are you more of a double cream spicy?
Like a 4 cream, 2 sugar, kind of spicy.
Sure.
But do you guys do the thing where you measure it on the pot in little pepper graphics?
What? Oh yeah, some stuff I've seen does that.
Yeah, like 1 out of 5, 2 out of 5, 3 out of 5.
Yeah, like because
Like
you know,
the ramen I get sometimes.
there's no shame in going for low spice. You know, I've had low spice before. Sometimes you just want to flavor. You know.
I've just had stomach issues my whole life, so I kind of I was nervous about.
Oh, we're gonna
spicy
put you on
food.
extra
Nowadays,
heat then. I want to see you shit.
Oh god.
I'll die. But over time, I started liking more spicy stuff because I realized my stomach was not.
The boss.
The issues were not from the stuff I was eating. It's
Dude,
just
night-
gonna happen regardless.
Last night I had a hankering for a milkshake, and there was like a 2-month out of date milkshake in the fridge. I drank it. I didn't give a fuck. I just drank the thing. That was fine. Guess I'm just built different. I don't know.
You're built out of titanium.
I am
instead
not
of
just
human.
lactose tolerant. I am fucking generous towards the lactose, I guess.
He is a lactose destroyer.
So we got here by talking about Roger Craig Smith sounding like a dude bro in colours.
Talking
A
about
dude
milk now,
bro
yeah.
with an inappropriately young girlfriend that he takes to Little
That's not.
Caesars or
That was not
Nando's,
part of it.
depending
Baby, you
on-
order anything you want off the menu.
You can have anything you want, babe. Today's all about you. You're so mature for your age. All right.
Like, oh my god, I
You're
can't believe
ruin
Casey
Roger
said
Craig
that to
Smith's
you.
Portrayal. Why would you do this?
Okay, okay, so we were talking about who we want to play Shadow in the movies.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we've had the rumor of Hayden
Jump back to
Christensen. We've had a suggestion of Johnny Young Bosch. We've had a suggestion of Robert Pattinson. Johnny Depp came up. Any more for any more?
Garrel is 64. You have any ideas? You have 64 ideas?
You know me. I always bring my PowerPoint presentation with the 64 slides to every podcast.
Well, where is it then?
That's why it takes me so long to talk. Let me
Slide
scroll through
17
the
onwards
pages.
just say, damn sexy Flanders, damn sexy Flanders.
It would actually be so cool if every week one of us brought in a unique PowerPoint presentation.
They do
That's
power...
like a class assignment.
Yeah, that would actually be amazing if we could do that.
People do PowerPoint parties.
That's an awesome idea.
Can it be about anything I want? because I could probably make a PowerPoint about anything, but like if you gave me a topic, I'm gonna be pissed because I don't want to do
just
what you want me to
do a
do.
PowerPoint about literally anything, and we could have a new segment where it's like PowerPoint time.
It is.
Oh my god, this is what I was born to do.
The rules of PowerPoint parties, at least as I
No rules,
understand
he
them.
said so.
No.
Downloading
Everyone
right
brings
now.
a PowerPoint on their specialist hyper-focused subject. Everyone puts something into the prize kitty, and that can be an object or just cash or whatever the group agrees upon. And then the best PowerPoint, as voted by the group, gets whatever's in the pot.
That's a cool idea, but I think we
There's
should
gonna be
make it
pot?
competitive.
Is
I
there
think
like a PowerPoint online?
we also did like an episode where we had to make like OCs of each other in the cast, and I think given that the cast is continually changing a little bit, we should definitely do more of them.
Like, oh, okay. Sure, why not?
Yeah, we make
Sounds fun.
OCs based on each other, you know? And like that episode
Oh,
was just that was a laugh riot, you know? Like,
There's gonna be like 6 people turning me into a rat.
why would you be a rat?
I don't know. I just feel like, or like a mouse or something. That's the energy I give off.
You need to find a new looking glass to view yourself through.
You're right.
I think the main problem people run into with that is that you kind of already look like a Sonic OC pup.
Me?
Yeah, that did make the
Oh,
OC episode a little difficult for the others. I remember Suris decided to turn us all into Ed Neddy OC, so he completely fucking failed the assignment, but he failed it well. Like, it was a funny...
That's awesome.
And then both Wayne and Nick made super forms for me. Actually, no, Nick made a super form for me. Wayne made me into more kind of like the J. Jonah Jameson of the IDW universe, which I thought was kind of fun.
You mean Nick didn't make you a hyperform after all his fucking campaigning?
I don't know, it could transfer over, but in both Nick and Wayne's one, I had like B companions.
Oh, like Tales of Flickies.
Yeah,
I don't know why I'm saying this like it's new information. I watched this episode.
I don't know what you do and don't remember. I don't take things for granted. I think Dylan here hasn't watched a single fucking episode before he came on.
I was
What's the deal with that?
I only saw the one where you guys were recording live at
You mean
Sonic and Sega Fan Jam.
the one you were in, you fucking narcissist?
The one that I was in. I had to I wanted to see what you did to see if you made me like look like I knocked the sign over or not.
The literal most unwatchable episode. I mean, apart from the Empire Strikes Back, where I had fucking Temsy, Stuart Jip, and Tom Topics on. It was just too much British for one episode.
The live one went full circle. It was so disastrous that it's actually amazing to watch.
I thought it was really funny because everyone just keeps leaning into frame and being like, "What is this?"
It
What's
reminds
going on
me a little of that. There was like a New Year's celebration. Oh man, and it goes south in every possible way. If you haven't seen it, I'll have to show you it after. But nope, that's not what I wanted to get up. YouTube. I need to find this. Important videos.
This is now the most crucial thing in your life.
No,
finding
seriously,
this
like
video.
it was the I think it was KDOC's New Year's Eve show. But anyway, it could have gone south. It just went south. I can't describe it. It's you have to watch it once the show's over. Okay, you have to.
Okay.
It's in the important videos playlist. It's really, really funny, and I just imagine what it must have been like for the people sitting at home watching those that New Year's celebration play out. It's full of just things like people that aren't meant to swear on air, just swearing on air. A fight breaks out towards the end. It's wonderful. It is wonderful.
When we wrap the episode, we could have a little Discord viewing party.
I'd be game, but I also do need to get some eating done too.
I do need to go
That's
find
true.
food as well after.
I usually get a little feed first, and then I promised the boys I would continue the Doctor Who rewatch shortly after. And the episode that we have to watch isn't even one I want to fucking watch anyway. I hate this episode. It's boring.
What is it? What is it? What episode?
The Doctor, the Widow, and the Wardrobe.
Uh.
We just got done with Series 6, and that episode has... That season has not gone up in my estimations since first viewing. It ain't a good season. But
I
enough
don't
with
remember
that.
a lot of the Matt Smith stuff.
I liked Matt Smith's first season. His second season and third season aren't very strong. I can at least appreciate that his second one is quite experimental. I don't think things got better until Peter Capaldi, but then Peter Capaldi's second season sucked. But then his final season was actually based. And then we move on to
His final
Jodie
season
Whittaker.
was the
who,
best season.
Jodie Whittaker's seasons were just amazing, as everyone knows. But it is what it is.
I liked Flux a lot in the specials.
Flux. Okay, right. Listen, mate. All right, look. We're gonna need a Doctor Who
You like
podcast
Flux?
or something. Right, Flux. I was engaged with it. I was engaged with it up until the end, when everything amounted to fucking nothing.
Okay, no, yeah, you're right. But like, I like a majority of what happened in Flux. I just didn't like the ending.
But that's the
That
thing.
had, like,
It's a show
we just
that
give up on everything.
Flux is so reliant on having a cool ending, and then when it doesn't happen, it's like I feel like I wasted my time. Also, Evil Dalek, I'm not even arguing with you there. Like, Series 6 is peaks and troughs, my guy, peaks and troughs. Doctor's Wife, Girl Who Waited, both amazing episodes. I ain't gonna fucking lie, they're amazing. It's got some amazing episodes in there, but the whole arc sucks. The finale sucks, completely undermines itself, makes everything pointless, and I hate it. It's really bad. But enough about
I have no earthly idea what you're talking about, but I did enjoy the Greg Davis to Alex Horn Taskmaster energy there of Dylan going, yeah, Flux was all right, and Pup saying, Flux was shit. No, you're right, it was shit. I'm sorry.
What do you mean you're British and you don't watch Doctor Who?
I'm British and I don't watch Doctor Who. I don't know what's to misinterpret.
Anyways. Fuck Doctor
All right,
Who.
have that all watched by next week, okay? So we can talk about it.
Bad show. Yeah, everyone, your homework is watch all of Doctor Who, even the horrible classic series. Watch all of it.
Even watch the stuff that I haven't watched yet.
Yeah.
Watch everything.
Yeah,
Even
you have
the
to explain
stuff-
to Dylan what a Doctor Who is all about.
Even the stuff
everything
that
and
is
then report
lost
back.
media.
Yeah, even the
Because
lost media
they-
stuff. In preparation
they
for next
reuse
week's
the
You'll find
episode.
those for me, so I can watch them.
So, the second topic of the week, the second news topic of the week, is there's a new Sonic game coming this year, expected. And it's a new mobile title from Hardlight Studios. It is not a sequel to Sonic Dream Team or anything like that, but it does appear to be a game that is going to serve the Sonic and Friends branch of the brand. And what we are to expect is a multiplayer thing, all strictly online, and it's kind of like Sonic meets Fall Guys, effectively. That's kind of the best kind of description of it, is it's kind of going to be, a series of kind of like platformy obstacle courses, and, whoever succeeds to make it to the end first and stuff is the winner, presumably. So, anyone got any thoughts on that?
So Sonic and Friends is like the really chibi thing that they started doing for TikTok, isn't it?
Yeah, it's the Sonic baby buddies kind of thing.
Fair. No, there's not a whole lot I can say on it, but I will. Like Fall Guys, when it was coming out, I looked at it and went, that looks like some absolute shite. Like, I can't see myself getting into that at all. And then it was free on PlayStation Plus, and went, oh, all right. And with a couple of mates, went, we'll have a game night, lads. We'll hop on. We'll see how we do. And then we loved it. So,
yeah, I liked Fall Guys. I thought, it's kind of platformy. It prioritizes going at a good pacing, and it's little momentum-y stuff here and there. So I was like, this is kind of ripe for Sonic. I thought the battle mode in Sonic Superstars felt very much like a Sonic meets Fall Guys kind of thing, where you got like a different goal, different little challenge, and you compete, and then even down to the little animation of the little bots being chucked out, like very Fall Guys, So I kind of saw this coming in a way, and I think the idea of a Sonic Fall Guys mashup does kind of feel like a no-brainer, like get to the end fast, beat the others, platforming and stuff. Absolutely ripe for it. I also think it's kind of cool that we are getting some form of game in the Sonic and Friends universe, because while I don't really engage with Sonic and Friends for obvious reasons, I'm not a child, like, I can kind of get behind it, you know? I can get behind it. Can you get behind it?
It's for young children as well, because like even my kids at 11 and 9 years old respectively, they look at Sonic and Friends and go, oh, that's really babyish, and they move on to what they refer to as proper Sonic, and they kind of go, I taught you.
Ah, yes, Sonic 06.
Are they playing Sonic Adventure?
Sonic Adventure 1, yes. 2, we do not talk about much in this house.
Oh, for God's sakes.
Wow.
Right, that's it.
Okay.
That's it. I'm coming over. I'm bringing Sonic Adventure 2, and I'm showing you all how it's done.
But they have Sonic
it's that
Adventure 2.
bad.
Well, fine. I'll play theirs then. Everybody away from the TV. Pup's here.
And Pup has put up with the bullshit design so many times that he now knows where the surprise enemies are, and it doesn't bother him anymore.
It's not that... no, shut up. Shut up, man. Just shut up.
This is not something that Pup came here to equipped with to deal with today. I don't think.
I'll make a spreadsheet. I'll make a PowerPoint presentation, and I'll prove to you
PowerPoint presentation, SA1 versus SA2.
why this enemy here is not a surprise enemy.
Yeah, I have literal footage of the door opening and the enemy already shooting before they're even visible.
No.
Yeah, but you gotta have these spider senses ready.
You'll show me the footage.
That's what
Let's
it's
go,
about.
no.
Just like make you watch it and you're like, that footage that I'm watching right now doesn't exist, and you
You ever
can't
watch
prove it does.
you ever watch Malcolm in the Middle?
Yeah.
Remember the episode where like Lois gets caught like doing a bad maneuver out of a parking lot, and they finally bring the actual CCTV footage to her, and she's like, the tape is wrong.
The tape is wrong.
That will
I don't
literally
care
be
what it shows.
So to try and repair that a little bit, it would make sense if they're going for like a Fall Guys style game. Suddenly the aesthetic of Dream Team, where a lot of things look like pool toys and stuff, makes a lot more sense because they can reuse a lot of that.
That's funny. I wonder if that would be really funny if those assets are also used in the Fall Guys.
I don't want them to bring
spin-off,
back
whatever.
Scrambled Shores. I want them to bring back Green Hill Zone.
Stop saying that, or they're gonna think you're serious.
No, I love Green Hill. They've done it enough times now to the point where I love it.
I think it is Stockholm Syndrome. I think people were right. But as a Fall Guys type thing, my only hope for it would be that it doesn't play like Fall Guys. You know how Fall Guys is sort of like created to be like awkward and stumbly?
Yeah, no, I agree with that.
Like that's the only thing I'm hoping for. Like, I hope when they mean it's like a Five Guys. I'm hungry. It's a
I
Fall
hope they're
Guys
just burgers.
style thing.
Burgers.
I hope they don't mean they're copying like that design choice. Because I would prefer to have like a fun to play game. But I guess if it's gonna be a mobile game again, I'm not super.
Just
the screaming at the TV is kind of part of the fun in Fall Guys, and given the character designs and the proportions, which already look a lot like Fall Guys. I mean, they're not too far off the Fall Guys Sonic character costumes we got in that game. I could see them sort of like being like a toddler stumble about, and that being okay.
they've got those big ass heads which would weigh their bodies down, and maybe that's part of the
I can
fun
see
is
them stumbling around.
just enjoying
see
how
that.
big Sonic's head is as he tries to navigate his way around an obstacle course. I don't know. I
Does
mean,
he
this
go
game
fast?
is probably not made with us in mind, but like I can still see the
Oh, no.
potential fun in it. It all depends on what like the challenge curve is gonna be, like just how babyfied is this gonna be. But the concept on paper, I could probably vibe with. We'll have to see. Also, it's not Apple Arcade exclusive this time.
Yeah, who's making? Is it Hardlight?
It's Hardlight.
Jeez,
I bet
you know,
that's
they
thrilled.
made a lot of good games, so I feel like I at least want to see what this is.
They could tell me that Hardlight are gonna make Frontiers 2 and I'd be happy. You know, I really trust Hardlight with like my life. After Dream Team, they can do anything. Like, you know, fucking make an Arkham game Hardlight. Go on, like just do it.
They've got the reins.
I am doing an Arkham retrospective at the moment, and I'm not entirely convinced in hindsight that we do need too many more of them. I think Spider-Man might be carrying that torch now, but
I agree. I just hope they continue to make them accessible for youngins that want a cool Batman game. But, I mean, they have done that. They put them on the Switch, but even then, like, the Switch is not the way to enjoy these games.
they put them on the Switch, all right.
Yeah, I know
They
Arkham
put
Knight on the
them
Switch is almost unplayable.
Oof.
Yeah,
I've only played Arkham, the first one, Arkham Asylum.
then you have played the best one.
No, you haven't.
I haven't finished it, but I've played most of it. It was
Best
cool.
one is...
Spider-Man PS4.
No, Spider-Man 2 for the PS5. But
I know, but I can't play that.
the best of the Arkham games, I think, would be a toss-up between Origins and Knight, I think.
I'm so happy to
Alright.
hear Origins getting some love. It's
Origins
usually just
deserves
like
it.
right. It's usually the red-headed stepchild that everybody forgets about.
I fucking hate Origins Erasure. It should have been on the Nintendo Switch collection. It should be in every fucking collection because it does enrich the universe of the Batman Arkham games. Like, and I get it. There's quite a bit of reused content as far as the world map goes from Arkham City, but it makes sense because that was part of Gotham City in the first place. Like, I don't know. I think Arkham Origins is the only Arkham game to actually have a good storyline as well. Like, all of them. Everyone's like, oh, Knight's the bad one from the story perspective. They're all ass gravy. All of them. In the first one, the Joker's like, I want to become the Hulk. In the second one, it's like, yeah, we cut off half the city and let all the
I want to become the legally distinct Hulk.
Yeah. The second one is like, oh, yeah, we cut the city in half and let criminals live there to deal with the crime problem. There we go. And,
That's awesome, though.
And Ra's al Ghul is behind it all. And in the third one is like, Joker's blood is turning people into the Joker. Also, Batman is hallucinating.
Yeah, so the series does over-rely on the Joker. We are now apparently an Arkham podcast too. But
Hell the fuck, you finally.
yeah.
I'll just listen.
It only took 124 episodes.
Finally!
But I find Asylum really solid right the way up until that end boss fight. Fine, fair enough. City is just a little too improbable for suspension of disbelief.
My problem with Asylum, though, is because I do like the atmosphere of Asylum and that sort of comic booky tone that it very much prides itself off of, where they kind of ditched that in the my problem with Asylum is that there is a lot of backtracking. Like, a lot of backtracking. And my other issue is that everything seems to be bookended by those Titan fights. Not Titan fights a la Sonic Frontiers, where they're based and awesome and I'll play them again and again and again. I mean the fucking Titan Serum Titan fights. It's always the way. It's like, go here, get a thing, fight some mooks, and then there's a Titan fight. And then to kind of change things up a bit, they'll put 2 Titans in there.
So I'm not going to say too. I'm not going to say too much on this because I've already got like a 50-minute bloody video on Asylum, and City is on the way. But there's a higher quantity and variety of boss fights on a repeat visit than we give Asylum credit for. And I agree that Asylum does this thing where, like, you're chasing the Joker up to a point, and the story has momentum up to a point, but then it does send you on a big backtrack through past areas and actively wastes your time until suddenly, oh, the Joker is ready to see you now. And that is annoying.
Yeah, like, Asylum does definitely peter out towards the end of the second act.
But City does worse. City wastes your fucking time so much that you forget you're even supposed to be investigating Protocol 10.
Protocol 10. I mean, I probably best go back and replay them all. I think Origins doesn't really have much of a pacing problem, aside from quite a weak opening. Like, I thought the the Blackgate Penitentiary stuff was cool. But then after you get out of Blackgate Penitentiary, it sags just a little bit as it becomes very tutorialized. And then once you've got the introduction of, like, the assassins, then it gets interesting. Dylan is just fucking lost right now, so I think we should beat him up.
We should probably get back on track and remember we're a Sonic
just kill
podcast.
him.
I think we should shove him into a locker. What do you think, Sam?
It depends. In that locker, does he have a Steam Deck where he can play through the Arkham games and learn what he's been missing out on?
I could bring my Steam Deck.
I think we should give him a Game Boy Advance.
Ooh,
What, on Golden Sun?
that's all I need.
No, just a Game
Wait,
Boy
then I
Advance
won't
with
be able to
no
see
games
in
on
the
it.
locker because
No.
it's dark in there.
No
Shit.
games on it though.
No games.
Yeah.
Do I get infinite bacon?
No. Who the where did you get the idea you'd ever get anything like that?
Yeah, just from around the internet.
Well, no, you don't get infinite bacon when I put you in a locker.
Right? Nobody understands me.
Dude, though, I would probably also accept being put in a locker if I got infinite bacon.
I just don't get why Americans have lockers that big.
We don't. None
Oh.
of the lockers I ever had going to school were big enough for, like, even my backpack. That was just a thing they did in movies. I don't know why.
I think, oh, I just had another idea. Okay, so you do get infinite bacon, and I'll be sliding it through the hatch, but it's not cooked.
Ew.
So you just have to enjoy its slimy goodness.
Dude, that's fucking worse than being trapped in a locker forever.
Yeah.
Being covered in gross, uncooked bacon.
Now, is that proper British back bacon, or is that the horrible, streaky American shite bacon?
Oh, come on.
All right.
We didn't have to turn
I mean,
this
we
into
didn't
a-
need to say it like
a
that. Like,
rivalry
I
of
like
nations.
sausage patties better than bacon. But, like, bacon's still pretty good.
I'm gonna say America bacon.
That makes it more gross, I would say.
Yeah, that's fattier. That's all.
Yeah. Well, sliding through the cracks of the locker.
Well, I mean, at least I won't starve.
I mean, you'll get very unwell if you eat any of that, so I wouldn't recommend it.
So I wonder how Sonic and Friends
You
would
underestimate
control.
my power.
Probably a bit like Fall Guys.
Well, like Fall Guys, I'm used to playing on a controller. Like, just the touch screen layout seems a bit weird for a Fallout guys. Fallout
Look, I'm a
guys,
Bluetooth controller, buddy.
a Fallout Boy game.
I hope it releases on
Oh,
Apple
boy.
TV. That way I can play it on my Apple TV.
Yeah, that way I can continue to not sell the Apple TV. I don't
Where
feel like
can-
figuring out how to do it.
Continue to justify my purchase of the Apple TV.
Yes. It all comes back to Apple TV.
Apple
Always.
TV.
Surely the justification was 1, content, and 2, tax write-off.
Yes. But
Of course.
but I don't know. I like Sonic.
He doesn't know.
I think Sonic is pretty cool.
Yeah, sure. I guess what I was trying to say is Fall Guys is already kind of an awkward, clunky game control-wise on purpose, as Dylan rightly pointed out earlier. You then map that to a touch screen. I can only imagine that getting worse.
Maybe the big obstacle here would be Sonic's momentum-y slipperiness. Maybe they'll make level designs that make the slipperiness more of an obstacle. And then we'd have a 3D momentum-based Sonic game. Ooh.
You know,
If
the
we're
people would love that.
If we're so hung up on physics in Sonic, and we look at those character designs, and there's no way those little legs could support that big bulbous body, does that mean he's just going to be constantly rolling around?
At the speed of a small jar being rolled down a hill.
Oh, you know what? They released that like online multiplayer Kirby game for the Switch a while back that was all about just kind of rolling around.
Dream Buffet.
And I didn't love it. Yeah, Dream Buffet. I thought it was okay. I think I only played a couple times, but that could be interesting if it was like maybe like a downhill momentum based like little course racing game or something.
I played
That could be kind of fun.
Super Monkey Ball Banana Blitz and I didn't like it.
Yeah, play the Banana Mania remake. It's better.
I don't want to play any more Monkey Ball after that. That game unfair.
Some
That
of the
game
levels
weirdly addictive.
suck a little bit, but they're very good.
I'm stuck on one of the boss fights where like I'll get hit once and then it'll just knock me out of bounds. I'll be like, oh come on, man, what's it gonna take?
Oh, yeah. The other games don't. The ones I played don't have boss fights.
Oh, okay, that probably helps. Eh.
Okay. All right. So we got Fall Guys, Sonic.
About all we got, really. You want to talk about Arkham some more?
You guys feel free.
Now
I'll just sit here.
we need your input, Dylan. What do you think of Arkham City?
I haven't played it,
What do you
but
think?
it's bigger and better than before.
Better, yes, I agree. Better game.
Bigger does not necessarily mean better.
Says every man with a small PP.
I mean, about average size, but yeah.
All right, okay. We have Webster on. He's the sensible man, and he's already talking about his wiener.
I don't think I've ever been anyone's straight man.
I don't know, man. I had you down as the sensible man.
Yeah, who do we call if we need a sensible man on the podcast?
Well, you are probably the most functional adult of all of us, you know.
Oh God, yeah. No, I just sit here when I'm not calling Pup
He's got
for the
family and
podcast.
stuff.
I just sit here and wait for the next podcast.
Yeah.
I wouldn't call myself functional. I would just say I present well.
Oh.
Take the compliment.
Yeah, come on. You got this.
You're doing great.
You're doing it.
Debatable.
Motivational podcast.
Dylan's not doing great. Dylan, are you okay?
I'm doing fine.
Sure?
I'm having a great time. Yeah.
You want a piece of bacon?
Not after the locker situation.
Nah, here you go. Here's a piece of bacon.
Who said we ever let you out?
Oh, that's true. Thanks. I was trying to like will you into doing it. You know, like it was like a reverse psychology thing.
All right, fine. You can have a Sega Game Gear, but you only get one battery pack.
I'm sure that doesn't fit through the bars.
You're gonna
of the
make
cell.
it.
We're gonna
I'm
have
gonna-
to give
I'm-
him. You're
I'm
gonna have
gonna-
to give him the Game Gear one component at a time.
Yeah, I'm
He's
gonna
have to
disassemble
reassemble it.
And yeah, just put every little piece through and then give you the screwdriver to reassemble it.
Yeah, give me the instructions to put it back together.
To be fair, he's got stuff to do now, at least.
Now I can put together a game. It's kind of like putting together like a medical degree. Like you learn how it works, you know, and you can put it back together.
You put together a degree?
Yeah,
I'm just loving,
you know, like
just loving Chip Fan in the chat. Nick would be yelling his head off right now.
we don't have any topics today.
Like, we don't have much to discuss this week. So it's kind of like, fair enough we go on a little tangent, you know?
Yeah, fair play.
This is how we be today.
Nick wasn't always obsessed with keeping things on topic. Like, it just depended if there was much of a topic to discuss.
Sort of unfairly gets the reputation of being the ball buster.
No, he does. Yeah, that is true. He did quite unfairly get the ballbuster reputation. He would only try and keep things on topic if he felt like it wasn't good listening, or if there was a big topic to be discussed that wasn't being discussed. So there
I mean,
you
that's
go.
fair.
There
You gotta
you
kind
go.
of keep things on the rails, you know?
Yeah,
And
exactly.
today, I also agree on that. But there are no rails. We've already gone off the rails.
There's no destination. There's no train. There isn't a train. It's not even train themed anymore. I just made it look like a regular podcast studio now.
See? More generic than ever before. We've done it.
Fuck up, Dylan. I did a really nice job with this. How dare you?
No, you did. I'm just joking.
No, it's too
I'm
late.
just
The
joshing.
damage is done.
All right, that's fine.
You called my work generic. I'll kill you.
Oh, damn. All right.
I hate
The
you.
stakes have increased.
I'm gonna slip a piece of steak through your through your bars of your locker.
Wouldn't that be good? Oh,
It's
no, it's still not
overcooked.
cooked. Overcooked? Ew.
Yes.
Why would you do that?
Well, yeah, because you can eat raw steak and it's still kind of good, whereas like overcooked steak, just it's over.
It's also 3
Fucking
days
raw
old.
steak.
I mean, Webster, how do you like steak cooked?
A little bit pink in the middle, but otherwise cooked.
Yeah,
Like, if you had to
basically.
describe it in the singular word, though, like rare, medium rare, etc.
I guess I'm just a medium twat.
Fair enough.
Okay. Yeah, I'd say
Yeah.
like medium rare.
It's like the most vanilla answer. Basic bitch.
Bitch steak.
I just like eating food when it doesn't. You know, when food's chewy, I don't like that.
What about if it's like chewing gum? Is chewing gum actually a food though? You don't like eat it.
It's not food. That's not sustenance. That's the shit you eat when your breath smells bad or when you need to like concentrate a little better.
Dude, my
What
breath
about
stew.
Chewits?
Oh, Chewits are great.
Chewits, it sounds like something that you might require chewing for.
Or what about opal fruit?
So I hate it.
You ever
Opal
eat
fruit?
opal fruits?
That's
Now you're just
Starburst.
making stuff up, dude.
I'm not making shit up. opal fruits, sorry, is a thing.
To
Yeah,
be fair,
yeah.
Opal Fruits did get renamed to Starburst.
Before I was even born, I think.
It's like either of us referring to a Snickers as a marathon.
Yeah, but it's a way better name, though. Opal Fruits is better than Starburst. Marathon is better than Snickers. They're better names.
And damn it, Jif was
But how am I
better than
supposed to tell
Sniff.
what it is?
I mean, do you guys know where the name 7-Up comes from? Because I always kind of found that to be an interesting name for a drink.
No, but I have played a game called 7-Up. Like, I think it was in elementary school. Where, like, I don't know why they would do it, but sometimes they just be like, everyone put your head on your desk and put your thumb up, and then, like...
Oh, that's...
You know,
that's
I
not
don't actually remember what the
7-Up.
rest of the game was.
You're thinking heads down, thumbs up.
All I
It
know
might have
about
been called Heads Up, maybe? Maybe not
But if you
7-Up?
put your head down, why is it called heads up?
You know, my memory's not the greatest, so I can't say for sure.
Fair,
But
fair.
It
right,
did happen.
I know, I think I figured out why the drink 7-Up is called 7-Up.
Okay, tell me, please.
I believe the up is short for uplift, and the drink used to be called uplift. And the 7 refers to like 7 varieties of lemon.
Where are you getting any of this information from?
Memory.
compared to the 3 varieties of lemon on this show right now. The only thing I remember 7-Up for is having that cool Spot mascot, and then he had a Mega Drive game.
Yeah, that's kind of wild.
The origin
Like
of the
Pepsi,
revised
man.
name is unclear. Britvic claims the name comes from the 7 main ingredients in the drink, while others have claimed that the number was a coded reference to the lithium contained in the original recipe, which has an atomic mass of 7. But I think that up, it's all agreed it means uplift.
You know, I don't have any personal stake in this, but I still want to fight you on it.
I just want to know. I have a thirst for knowledge.
And for 7-Up.
Just you two drunk in a car park fighting over 7-Up.
Well, okay, why don't you, Dylan, why don't you bring me a theory as to why it's called 7-Up?
Well, clearly 7 people, 7 brothers invented it together,
Yeah. And the
and
up
that's
part?
why they called it that. It's been called that forever, and they haven't changed it. Any information you've seen has been wrong.
What about the up part?
It was 7 brothers came up with an idea.
Okay. Oh man, I had a
You
really good
get
one
it?
and I lost it.
Yeah, because mine was too good.
Spoiler Goblin is corroborating your story, saying they played it in Class 2. Now, whether
in
they're
Class 2, see, I'm
shitposting
not
or
crazy.
whether they, you know...
No, I think they're right. I think they understand.
But where does the 7 come from? Maybe
7
Maybe-
people get chosen. That's what it is. 7 people get chosen.
if Mario drinks one, he gets 7 extra lives.
That is true. He does get 7 extra lives because when you get the 5-Up, it gives you 5 lives. So the 7-Up would give you 7.
Dylan, what do you think the origins of the rings in the Sonic games are?
I mean, maybe like they're like the halos of fallen angels
You reckon?
because Sonic is a godless place.
Is that what you're gonna go for? Is that your final answer?
Pretty sure
Where
Sonic
else-
beats up a god every other week.
Yeah, so like he's killing angels and dropping the souvenirs.
He's just collecting the halos of the fallen angels he's defeated.
Yeah.
Sonic is a godless
like a
place. It is
biblically
now.
accurate threat. Sonic the Hedgehog.
What if, like, Sonic is just a like an astute atheist, so he's just going out of his way to beat up every god and steal their halo so he can deny their existence?
So for some reason, dude,
that's
I
crazy,
heard that.
right?
I heard that to the tune of the Sat AM opening. he's
That
a
sounds like a
god
medical
level threat. Sonic the Hedgehog.
I kind of like that as, like, the new B theory is just that, yeah, Sonic is a rampant atheist, beating up gods and collecting their halos to deny their existence. That
I
goes
think if
hard.
they released a game where that was the plot, it would make, like, world news.
That would go so hard, though. And it's so in character. Like, you can imagine him doing it set to, like, the Kellen Quinn music.
He's beating up, like, Zeus.
Yeah, like, imagine,
I feel like he could. He probably would.
No god plans my fate. I write my own story and run my own
Okay,
path.
instead of the Titans, instead of them being giant robots next time, he's just fighting giant gods.
Yeah, like, you've got, like,
The Greek
Super
pantheon.
Sonic versus, like, the Hindu elephant god, you know?
Ganesh.
That would kick ass.
That would actually kick so much ass, even though it's, like, super offensive.
Just like the end boss of either Bayonetta 1 or Azura's Wrath, but
Just
it's
put-
Sonic.
Just look into every single religion, put every single god in the game.
Sonic versus the Christian god. Like, imagine, like, you've got, like, the big text that comes up and says the end, and that was really cool. But now it just says God. Like,
Him.
And then you get to phase 2 and it just puts in brackets Old Testament.
oh,
Oh
would
no,
be- that would be
his second
insane.
form. Oh boy.
Do you know what my theory
Like,
was
new
about
storybook game.
Do you know what my theory was about where rings came from?
No,
Me
what
too.
did you? What was your theory?
So I thought, like, Sonic is an eco-warrior, right? So
Yes.
you notice how the rings are always in the direction that he needs to go.
Yeah.
I had the
imagine him?
idea that the ecosystem was trying to help Sonic along in the form of, like, you have these little honeybees that fly around in a little circle and it creates a ring, and they're just creating a trail of these for him to follow. And it helps him.
Basically, he watched
I want that to
one
be real
Honey
so
Nut,
bad.
one Honey Nut Cheerios advert.
Fuck up.
That's so wholesome.
Everyone else laughed at
love
me.
that.
They all laughed at me, Dylan. They all
That is
said it was
such
terrible.
a fucking like beautiful idea. That's like, okay, you know what that reminds me of? That reminds me of an Oddworld Abe's Odyssey.
Yes.
I don't know. I'm pretty sure he doesn't see. No, you know what? I think the portals are there in universe, but like the bird portals, they're always showing him where to go and giving him hints and stuff because the Mudokons are inherently tied to birds through their common ancestors. I think.
You know what I think is just so nice, though, is that we finally have someone on this show that didn't just go, that's fucking stupid.
So wait, is that B theory? Is that why I keep seeing that?
That's what B theory is.
Oh.
I came
Nice.
up with
Here I
that, and
thought it was gonna
everyone
be
thought it
something
was so
stupid.
fucking stupid that it became, like, the biggest meme on this channel.
But does that mean he's just running around picking up bees?
No, he's not picking up the bees. The bees are leaving those for him.
Oh, okay. All right,
Yeah.
I see. It's not made of bees.
It's basically the ecosystem's way of helping Sonic along.
Although that would
Okay,
be a
no,
lot
I
of
see.
honey
It's
to
interesting.
produce.
They
I
don't
can't
have to
remember,
be made of honey. They could be just made of magic. Magic that comes out of little bee butts.
AKA honey.
It's not honey. Otherwise, the rings would be sticky.
Yeah,
Who
maybe
says
that's
they're
the-
not?
That would just slow
This is
him
part of
down
the
if they
theory.
were sticky.
Yeah, it's a challenge. Nothing in life ever comes easy or free.
Okay, maybe it
Did
is
you
honey,
know-
and Sonic just canonically has a sore throat all the time, and that's their way of helping him.
Gee, thanks, guys. That's why my voice is always changing.
To
No, but the
nurse.
thing
Tied
is-
it back to the voice actor thing from earlier. See?
The joke
cool.
was that B theory is canon because, like, part of the reason why this came about was because Ian Flynn had kind of said that the next Sonic
He
game would
said B
explore.
theory's real.
Well, the time it came about, Ian Flynn had said that the next game would explore the origins of the Chaos Emeralds. I was like, fuck the Chaos Emeralds. I want to hear about the origin of the rings. Anywho, later on, Ian Flynn goes on to say that the rings are just an in-game element. They're not really canon as such.
That's what I thought. Yeah.
which is
Despite
stupid.
appearing in cutscenes.
Yeah, it's really stupid in my opinion. But this whole thing prompted me to come up with the B theory. On Bumblecast, Ian Flynn's podcast. Funny enough, named Bumblecast of all fucking things. I proposed the idea of B theory to Ian Flynn himself, and he said he don't hate the idea of like the ecosystem helping Sonic along. It wouldn't be bees, but like, he's like, take the bee stuff out of it, and it's not a bad idea.
It'd be like little chili dogs.
But I'm just like, man, you need the bees for B theory, otherwise it's not B theory. It's fucking theory.
I always just assumed it was like the crystallization of residual chaos energy in the natural environment.
God, that's so dumb, Webster. Oh my god.
I really didn't think they were like real. Like I think it's a funny joke.
So we got
like,
rings
of
like,
chaos
energy. Rings are chaos energy. Rings are made by bees. Rings are the
They're not
halos
real.
of the
Like,
fallen gods, or rings don't even fucking exist. Those are the theories we've got.
Oh
One of
shit!
these is true.
Sonic
It's the idea
versus
that I
Sonic versus the Gods could be the next entry in the storybook series, and it could be Sonic and the motherfucking Bible, son.
I think I actually pitched Sonic and the Bible at one point.
We've talked about this for sure, and I've talked about it with someone else as well, because for some reason every time me and my friend Sam, we have a lot of like friend Sams we're talking about. Like there's a Sam here. You mentioned
I'm a Sam.
Another Sam. Yeah, like that's great. My friend Sam, like a couple streams we did a while back, for some reason we'd start talking about Sonic and Christianity would come up. And it just like it didn't, it was just so weird that it kept coming up, that now whenever I'm hanging out with him, I'm thinking about like Sonic and the Bible.
I must admit, I misheard that. I thought you said every time we talked about Sonic, Christian came up.
No, I mean, that would make more sense.
Good golly. Good bloody
Not
golly.
Christian, no.
Did you ever hear about the Sonic fan who had like he went into like a coma from injecting poo into himself or something?
Excuse me? What?
Well, hold on.
Right, so it's not real.
The
This is
story
not
gets a little weirder from here. And towards the end of his coma, he kind of dreamt that Sonic was helping him out of his coma, and from there he fell in love with Sonic. And he had a Sonic plush, which he would treat as the actual Sonic, and him and this plush were in an intense sexual relationship. Like, intense.
Can we go back to talking about, like, bees?
He'd make love to the plush, he'd poo on the plush, he wouldn't clean the plush because apparently Sonic likes his musk a little too much.
That made me want to read Super Chats, though.
I feel like Urban Legends of the Sonic World would be a good episode.
Garrulous, can
Surely
I...
this is not a real thing.
This is a real thing. The guy was called J Sonic. You can look it up. There's lots of documentaries about him.
No, I'm not gonna look it up.
Garrulous, I think I would feel safer in the locker with you than I would talking about this with Pup.
Yeah, we've got infinite bacon.
It's not cooked, though.
I'll figure it out, okay?
We'll just make it hot and steamy enough inside the locker that it cooks.
Hot and fresh
Ooh.
from the
Oh,
kitchen.
wow.
Oh, no. Dylan!
But
I think it definitely is safer out here with me now. Alright, well, I guess we can move on to
Why?
Super Chats now.
salmonella?
Alright, man, if that's what you're into, man. If that's what you're into.
I
There are-
love raw bacon.
There are 3 Super Chats for us 3 men here to read. So what I'm going to do, Webster, is I'm going to just put that there. That's the one you'll be reading. Okay, so, Dylan, how about starting us off, bitch?
Yeah, hold on. Let me just get my reading glasses.
Nerd.
Okay.
Nerd, come on, read the chat, 4 eyes, come on.
Sorry, hold on, I'm reading it. So, from Mr. SP, $2. Wayne isn't missing. He just forgot where the studio is.
Classic Wayne. Kind of like the night he
We
forgot where
actually
his phone
picked up
is.
the whole studio, and we put it somewhere else.
We just moved it. It's no longer on the train. It's now just
Generation 2 studio.
Po-
It's like on top of the Empire State Building.
posting a show on a train just makes no fucking sense.
I think
That'd
to
be
be
so
fair, he didn't say he was quitting. I think he was just said he wouldn't be front of house and it'd still be helping out from behind the scenes.
Well, Wayne is basically going to... The plan is for Wayne to do some little side content stuff, so he won't necessarily ever be on the main show, because he has to work Fridays anyways. But he might do some little side content on the channel, like other podcast kind of things. He might, take charge of some spoiler cast kind of stuff, or just discussions on certain games beyond the Sonic. So we'll have to see. We're yet to kind of see anything from Wayne, but obviously he's still a friend of the show. He's still a friend of all of us, except Dylan. He doesn't know him, but
everyone. I am friends. I'm friends with everyone.
Because you're a slut.
That's...
Yeah.
And Wayne's content is still amazing, and everyone should go check it out.
Oh yeah, Wayne is amazing. We fucking love Wayne. Yeah. But yeah. So expect some Wayne in the future. I don't know where it's gonna be or where it's gonna come from, and I hope I can join him when he does do this. But yeah. That's gonna be kind of how that is. So yeah, it's not like Nick where he's like full on left the show. It's just we don't know, what comes next. And of course, like Suris is taking a break, Gilly's taking a break. So like for now, we're just kind of working through how it is. But okay, the next super chat we've got is from our pal Jamal with $2. Happy B Theory weekend, milk bro forever, pup. Oh hell yeah! And also, this truly has been a B Theory weekend, but you might have to prep Fallen God weekend as well, because that's the new theory.
Fallen Angel.
All right, Webster, you're up.
Okay, so we have Seaman with I think the A is meant to be Australian, but $2.99 and seemingly no message. So thanks for the $2.99.
Do you know what that means?
Thank you.
If someone sends in money without having anything to say, they don't care about being heard, they only care about supporting the show, and that makes them a yogurt male.
I'm going to regret asking, what the fuck is a yogurt male?
I never really thought of it that way.
Yeah.
That Michael Jackson sound clip did not help me understand what a yogurt male is.
This only complicates things further.
Trust me, like, a yogurt male is the best thing you could be. You've got, like, alpha male, sigma male, all that. Yogurt male is the top of the food chain, basically.
Okay, well, enjoy being top of the food chain, Seaman.
Yeah, well, anyways, like, so the way we usually end the show, obviously, is by asking you guys what you're up to, so why don't we ask you guys what you're up to? Oh, no.
Oh, absolutely.
There is a skeleton.
Oh, he's back. Oh, my. Okay. So I'm, well, I'm not doing anything, really.
What happened?
I'm working on some stuff. Nothing much. I mean, well, I'm playing something right now, so I can make a video. Like, I'm not done yet.
You're so secretive.
It's a secret. It's a secret Nintendo series video.
Your cards close to your chest.
Yeah, because only I care.
All right. Webster, what are you getting up to these days?
I have 2 videos sort of on the boil right now. I have got the next part of the Batman Arkham retrospective, which will be on Arkham City. I'm currently recording the voiceover for that, and it's probably going to be somewhere around 2 hours. Some sort of...
Nice.
I'm recording about 7 A4 pages worth of script per night.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Yeah. And then, like, on the side, for sanity's purpose, and to get back to my Blue Boy, I'm doing a video on what could have been for Sonic for the Saturn. They're sort of part looking at, okay, if we take Sonic's World from Sonic Jam and the special stages from Sonic 3D and just everything from Sonic R, plus the Christmas Nights appearance, we can get kind of an idea, but also just an excuse to really rant about how misinformed people are about the Saturn. Oh, it can't do 3D, it can't do transparencies. Bitch, go play Burning Rangers. Then come back to me and try and tell me the Saturn can't do 3D and transparencies.
Well, so is it not true that it wasn't originally designed for 3D stuff, but they just kind of managed to push it and really show its potential?
No, so it's a 2D powerhouse. It has 3D capabilities. The problem is they sort of only went half in because they weren't sure whether 3D would be a fad or not, is the way I understand it.
Interesting. Okay.
Well, that'd be wild if 3D didn't catch on. We
That's
went back to all
an
2D.
alternate reality thing. Like someone could come up with like the history of Sonic if 3D never existed, and they could make it so he's in an even worse position. So 3D wasn't the fucking. Oh man, that gives me an idea.
We skip 3D, we go right to 4D.
Everything is Sonic 4 Episode 1.
Oh my god. Yes, I want that future.
What are you doing,
I would
Pup?
be so devastated, man. Yeah,
what
Pup, what are you up to?
I don't know so much about what I'm doing, but I know what I've done. We've got a video on my channel right now, which is called Sonic, A Question of Character. This was kind of born out of me noticing that there's been a bit of discourse online about what Sonic should be from a character standpoint, and I kind of wanted to see what kind of informs the versions of Sonic that we have, and I kind of traced it back to a game of ping pong between America and Japan, effectively. So you can kind of see how two different cultures have two different perspectives on what Sonic is, but why they both matter, in my opinion anyway. So, yeah, you can check that out. It's quite a big one, quite a bit to chew on there, and I'll be working on whatever else I intend on working on. I don't know, maybe I'll make a video on the fact that there's discourse over a fucking Spider-Man Lego minifigure. We'll see. But,
Why? Wait, what's going on with that? What do you mean?
So, Spider-Man fans are annoyed about what version of the Spider-Man Lego minifig they used in Fortnite.
Okay,
Right.
which version did they use?
I mean, it's a classic Spider-Man, but it's not the classic Spider-Man they want.
Alright.
Okay. I guess we'll have to wait for the video to find out more on that.
No, I'll send it to you guys. Fuck it. Okay, so, people
Thanks.
are quite grumpy-pumpy that they didn't use this version. I'm going to DM it to you individually because it's obviously... So, you, Dylan, that's for you. Sam.
Thanks.
Alright, so
Cheers.
people are a bit grumpy.
Spider-Man.
People are a bit grumpy they didn't use that one, and that they instead used this one. Go, Sam. There you go, Dylan. So that's the latest discourse.
I mean, to be fair, the first one is the better one of the two.
I disagree. The second one's better. He's got,
The
like...
second one's got such a small face. I like him.
The second one's got arm stripes and shit.
He's got a
I
little
like the
guy.
big-
Little man.
I like the big bug eyes on the first one. The second one feels over-designed to me.
Oh, for fuck's sake, there's a discourse coming to this fucking podcast. They're the exact same.
When you said the fans are unhappy about which Spider-Man, I was half expecting it to go into Madame Web territory, because apparently Andrew Garfield was at one point meant to come back as his version of Spider-Man for Madame Web, but it didn't happen.
I'm taking
You probably know more
Or
about
maybe
that
they
than
just
me.
don't want us to think it's not happening.
I'm taking everything surrounding this movie with a grain of salt, even down to that weird take on the "with great power comes great responsibility" line. I'm taking it all with a grain of salt.
Are you hoping to be surprised when you actually go to see it?
No, I think it's gonna be shit, but like, I don't
Okay.
think it's gonna be shit for the reasons the internet thinks it's gonna be shit. Like, I'm not gonna go out of my way to watch fucking Madam Web either.
No cinema trip for that.
When is that coming out? I didn't.
Soon, I think.
I don't even think I've seen a trailer.
Madam Web release date. 16th of February, 2024.
Oh, okay.
It's one of those things where if like my friends were like, "Hey, we're gonna go see it for the shithousery. You want to come with?" I'd be like, "Yeah, sure." But like, I'm not gonna like be like, "Hey guys, I'm proposing the idea of us go to see Madame Web. Let's go see it. Oh my god, I can't wait." You know, that's not
You
what's
love
happening.
Marvel movies, of course you would.
No, I wouldn't. I don't even do that with Marvel Studios movies anymore.
Yeah.
Shut up. I'll kill you.
Someone run a poll.
You know how to run the
We'll
poll.
find out the truth.
You've got partial channel ownership. You run the fucking poll.
All right, let's see. Well, that's all the time we have for today. Thanks.
It's a decent 90 minutes or so. That's all right. Yeah.
Fucking fear.